At the bottom of the world, beyond the roaring waves of the Southern Ocean, lies a continent so vast and remote that it might as well belong to another planet. Antarctica. Desolate, frozen, and hauntingly silent. A place where the winds scream like ancient spirits and the horizon dissolves into endless white. Beneath that ice, stretching over 14 million square kilometers, lies one of Earth's last true frontiers. For centuries, explorers have braved the deadly cold in search of what hides below. From the early voyages of James Cook, who turned back after declaring the region cursed, to the later expeditions of Shackleton and Scott, Antarctica has always inspired awe and fear. Yet even after satellite imaging and decades of research, there remain vast stretches of this continent completely unknown, hidden beneath miles of ice, untouched for millions of years. Scientists have drilled through layers of frozen history, uncovering fossils of tropical plants, traces of ancient forests, and sediments that tell a story of warmth long forgotten. Something strange happened here, a drastic, almost unnatural transformation that turned a once lush world into a lifeless desert of ice. And beneath that ice, the whispers continue, of tunnels, caverns, and a great secret buried deep within the earth. The idea of a hollow earth is older than science itself. The ancient Greeks spoke of caverns leading to the underworld. In Tibetan lore, the kingdom of Shambhala was said to exist beneath the Himalayas, connected to the surface by hidden tunnels that spanned the globe. Native American tribes like the Hopi told stories of ancestors who emerged from the ground, guided by spiritual beings from within. Even the Norse sagas described a world under the roots of Yggdrasil, the great tree of life. These stories, scattered across geography and time, point to a single question. Why did so many ancient cultures imagine worlds beneath ours? Were they pure myths, or fragmented memories of something humanity once knew but later forgot? In the 17th century, scientist Edmund Halley, yes, the same man who charted Halley's Comet, proposed that Earth was composed of multiple concentric shells, each capable of supporting life. His theory was dismissed, yet it inspired generations of thinkers, explorers, and mystics who believed our planet might hold vast inner realms waiting to be rediscovered. In 1513, an Ottoman admiral named Piri Reis compiled a world map using sources that even today defy explanation. When scholars examined it in the 20th century, they were stunned to find a near-perfect outline of Antarctica, without ice. That's impossible, they said, because Antarctica wasn't even discovered until 1820. Yet the Piri Reis Map clearly showed a detailed, ice-free landmass, suggesting it was drawn from much older charts. Some researchers theorized it might be a copy of maps from an ancient civilization capable of surveying the planet from above, centuries or even millennia before human flight. Mainstream historians argue coincidence, but seismic scans later confirmed the shape beneath the ice matches the coastlines on the map with remarkable accuracy. If that's true, who mapped Antarctica when it was still free of ice? And how did that knowledge survive into the 1500s? The mystery deepened, becoming one of the key pieces in the puzzle of the Hollow Earth theory. In 1938, the German government launched an Antarctic mission known as Operation New Schwabenland. Officially, it was for whaling and geological research, but documents uncovered decades later suggest another motive, one driven by the Nazi obsession with ancient knowledge and hidden power. Led by Captain Alfred Richer, the expedition mapped hundreds of thousands of square kilometers of land, dropping aluminum flags marked with swastikas across the icy expanse. Rumors soon spread that the team discovered something extraordinary: vast tunnels, thermal oases, and cavernous entrances leading deep beneath the continent. Officially, the claims were denied. Unofficially, the stories refused to die. Could they have found an entrance to something far older? Something that had always been there, waiting? In 1946, Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd led Operation High Jump, the largest Antarctic mission ever assembled. 4,700 men, 13 ships, and aircraft designed for extreme conditions. Publicly, it was a scientific expedition. Privately, Some believed it was a show of military strength, a search for whatever the Germans had discovered. The mission was cut short after only 8 weeks, even though it was planned for 8 months. When Byrd returned, he made a chilling statement to the Chilean press. "The greatest threat to America comes from the poles, aircraft that can fly from one pole to another at incredible speeds." What did he mean? The remark was quickly suppressed in U.S. papers, and Byrd never spoke of it again. His diary, if authentic, tells an even stranger tale. It describes an encounter during a flight over the South Pole with glowing craft that disabled his engines and guided him to an inner world of green valleys and advanced beings. Most historians dismiss the diary as a forgery, yet its descriptions align eerily with ancient myths of Agartha and Shambhala. Modern science has confirmed that Antarctica hides more than 400 subglacial lakes sealed off for millions of years. Lake Vostok, buried beneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice, is larger than Lake Ontario and warmed from below by geothermal heat. Microbial life has been detected in its waters, life that has evolved completely separate from the surface world. Satellite images have also revealed anomalies, circular depressions, heat signatures, and magnetic disturbances that defy easy explanation. Some scientists suggest volcanic activity or dense mineral deposits. Others suspect massive voids, caverns large enough to fit entire cities. If that's true, it would mean vast habitable spaces exist beneath the Antarctic crust, echoing the very legends dismissed as fantasy. Perhaps the hollow Earth isn't an empty myth, after all, but a misunderstood truth. Today, Antarctica remains protected under an international treaty signed in 1959. No nation may claim it, and no private individual can freely explore its interior without authorization. Satellites are restricted, airspace is controlled, and large sections are entirely off-limits. Officially, the restrictions preserve the environment and protect scientific research. But conspiracy theorists argue otherwise, that world governments are concealing discoveries that could rewrite human history. Secret military installations, ancient artifacts, or even entrances leading into the planet's core, all hidden behind a convenient veil of snow and treaties. And perhaps that's why Antarctica draws such fascination, not for what we see, but for what we are never allowed to. In 2018, scientists detected strange seismic signals beneath the ice, repeating pulses that traveled in patterns unlike earthquakes or volcanic tremors. A year later, radar scans revealed structures beneath the surface shaped too geometrical to be natural. The data was quietly archived, never publicly released. At the same time, amateur researchers tracking NASA's live feeds noticed transient heat spots beneath the South Pole, appearing and vanishing within hours. Coincidence? Or the signature of something alive, moving far below? Each discovery adds another piece to a puzzle that seems to defy conventional explanation. The deeper we look into Antarctica, the more it stares back, its secrets locked behind miles of ancient ice. Scientists dismiss the hollow Earth theory as pseudoscience, yet the same science admits we've explored less than 1% of what lies beneath the Antarctic crust. No direct images exist of its deepest caverns, and every expedition faces layers of logistical and political barriers. Could the legends of inner worlds be rooted in geological anomalies, massive magma chambers, vast lava tubes, or subterranean oceans? Or do they hint at something older, something we can't yet comprehend? The boundary between myth and discovery often begins with disbelief. Every age has its forbidden questions. This might be ours. If there is a doorway to Earth's inner depths, Antarctica would be the perfect place to hide it, covered by eternal ice, shielded by international law, and guarded by the coldest temperatures on the planet, a vault of time itself. Perhaps the ancient maps were right. Perhaps the explorers who vanished were closer to the truth than we dared to imagine. The planet we call home may be far more alive and far more hollow than we've ever been told. And somewhere, beneath our feet, deep under the frozen continent of Antarctica, something waits in the dark, older than civilization and colder than time itself.